A lot of men love women who are dressed up,
Yes,
who have great
well put
hairstyles, well
together.
put together,
Lovely.
looking on fleek. That costs money, you know. So don't pretend that you don't want that, because if you have a girl who can't afford it and you also can't afford it, guess what? You're still looking at the girl seated next to you at the restaurant or who walks in who is looking on fleek. Wow, thank you so much. So now we get to the section where it's back to the wine.
Yes.
I honestly think exactly what you said. At first, like when it first touches my mouth, and not my mouth, my tongue, it's very light. And it's very, very distinct. But as it goes down my throat and down right into my stomach, it has this very warm feeling, and that brings out the full body that you're speaking about. And because when it initially touches my tongue, it's so light, you want to sip more. So it's one of those dangerous wines. You know, the ones where you think that yes, the ones you think that it's light, but it's not, because
okay, I see. I see what you mean. Yeah, it's one of those things like when you're just sipping something that tastes more on the fruity side, and it's gonna knock you with its punch.
Hard.
Okay.
Hard.
All right.
I love it,
but I like this.
Currently, you're still the host of Real Gobosa.
The Real Gobosa.
I read somewhere that you enjoy gossip. But you've managed to not be in the tabloids yourself. How are you managing to do that? We're not hearing scandals. We're not hearing any love triangles.
I do date.
So you're single right now?
I am right now, but also the pandidly. So
do you know how many people found love via cyber relationships and people that are getting married? I feel like 2020, there's more engagements in 2020 than any other year. I think people thought the world is ending, so better just get married to the person you're either dating or a person that you're interested in.
Girl, when I tell you how many times I've deleted and re-downloaded that dating app.
Yes.
Because I'll download it.
How many dates have you gone through that dating app?
No, I was zero. I get it now.
You haven't gone to any
No, but I downloaded it for the pandidly.
Yes.
Because I was like, okay, I'm sitting at home. I think I wasn't looking for a partner, as in I wasn't looking for a relationship. Been funny attention, though. Okay. So it was going to be a nice thing to just have somebody to talk to. Just get good morning, beautiful texts.
Yes.
It was just missing attention a little bit. So downloaded. And the ones that are okay, cool, still trying. I just press the heart or the X.
Yes.
I don't know which way I'm swiping.
The right side, no. But how is, and I bet you everyone asks you this.
Yeah.
How are you still single? What are you looking for in a man?
I'm single because I'm picky, but I'm also single because the person I was 5 years ago is so completely different in terms of what I want in a relationship and even communicating what I want. I remember the last man that I dated when we first, because we knew each other for a long time before we actually started dating. And when we first started dating, and he would ask me, ask me about my feelings, ask me about my expectations in the relationship. I didn't know how to put it into words. I didn't know how to put it into words because I never sat with myself and actually asked myself those questions honestly. So I couldn't answer him because I didn't know myself.
Exactly.
Now, fast forward a few more years, I'm confident enough in what I want.
Yes.
To say this is what I want. This is a boundary for me. This is a deal breaker for me. This is a requirement for me in a relationship. And I'm now confident enough to communicate as such to him. Now he's sitting there like, where is this new woman coming from? Because the woman I knew when we first started was a lot more, no, whatever you want, it's okay.
Exactly.
And not because that was the kind of person I am. I wasn't as go with the flow as I led him to believe.
Yes.
I was only going with the flow because I didn't know what I wanted. I was just like, okay, you make the decision. What wine are we having today? You make the decision. Not because it didn't matter either way,
Yes.
but because I just didn't know what I wanted. And then you make the decision, and if it's the wrong decision, now I'm mad at you because now I'm not enjoying
Exactly
what you said. But
you're not,
you said,
yes,
you said I must make the decision.
Yes.
I made the decision. Now you're unhappy with the decision I've made because you don't know yourself.
Yes.
So when I say, okay, let's have a nice bottle of red.
Yes.
I've told you what I want. If you can meet that expectation, it's a grand contain. If you are unable to meet that expectation, then the decision, then you're able to let's go our separate ways comes there. And that's what happened in my former relationship. Is that I started learning more about myself in that way and being able to say, this is what I like. And he was then saying, no, for these reasons, I'm unable to meet these requirements.
Yes. And what was the catalyst for you unearthing more of what you want, who you are, and kind of the companion that you believe you are in a relationship, and then therefore the companion that matches and pairs up to you in a relationship?
Every other aspect of my life was growing except that.
Okay.
So even the friendships, as I was saying, I've got some of my friends that I met when I was in high school and when I was in varsity. And those friendships are changing and growing as we're getting older, and people are getting married and having children, and we're redefining those friendships now. We're finding new ways to keep those relationships growing. My career's growing. My career's I'm also finding myself in that. But when it came to my love life, it was a little bit on the stagnant side, and it was stagnant because I didn't. I just wasn't. I didn't know what I wanted.
Yes, you didn't know.
And then when I did find out what I want, I wasn't asking myself the hard questions. And then when I did find out what I want, I wasn't communicating it effectively.
Okay.
So eventually, it got to a point where I started reading up about a few things and started speaking up a little bit more,
And something changes when a woman just speaks up. Even if you just turn the volume, just one dial, something changes fundamentally in the environment that she's in and the people that are around her.
So the idea that I would just be going with, whatever he wanted to do, to move from that space to saying, actually, this is what I want to do, and not phrasing it in an apologetic way of, no, babe, if you wouldn't mind, can we maybe, but it's okay. I understand if you come. No, that's not how I'm coming in. I'm not coming in apologetically.
Yes.
I'm coming in saying, this is actually who I am becoming.
Yes.
And this is how I'd like you to meet me halfway.
And what are the top 3 things that you want? Or let me not say top 3, just 3 things that you're looking for now in a relationship. Let's not even call it what you're looking for in a man. What are you looking for in a relationship?
Girl.
Companionship.
In my companionship, I think I've just been away from the streets for too long. I need to adjust my settings because
the streets are different.
The streets are ashy, but I look at people, I look at men, and I'm just like, tell me about wonky. Like, I'm just sitting here and not that people don't look attractive or, are not conventionally attractive, but nothing in me is like, oh, whoa, who's that gent that just... So I don't have that anymore. So I don't know, man. Maybe my dating button is broken. I don't know.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
I do still want companionship. I do still desire companionship. But I think I'm going to have to readjust my expectations, because I literally looked at everybody. I'll go out for brunch with my girl, and I'll literally see every single customer that walks in and out here, and none of them will kind of capture my attention. And I'm like, is it me, or are people just not looking nice?
So, I've always asked this question, right? So when people say this, every girl, every guy has an Achilles heel, right? It's just the one thing that just attracts your eye, right? So it could be, like some people like brackets in guys.
Yes.
That
Yes.
For some people like me, it's a fitted suit. Like, my guy needs to wear it. Like, I love fitted suits, you know, and my husband wears fitted suits and not because of me. I found him like that.
You found someone who's
already
in alignment with what you want. You don't have to.
Exactly. And it's superficial. It's before you have a conversation. It's just that thing that you're like, oh, that's nice, you know? And you just want to then find out about the person.
Yeah.
What is your Achilles? What is the thing that's like, that's nice?
A good, well moisturized, well trimmed, connecting beard.
So that like Arab beard. That
Girl, your words, not mine. Because sometimes when I look around in the streets, you know, it's exactly. The connection is patchy.
Yes. No, I completely understand that Arab
she's on dancer, so
yes.
it's so that nice, and it doesn't have to be a big lots of it. It can be nicely trimmed, but it needs your beard must have a hairline.
Yes.
So like, do you know what I mean? Yes. So it must just grow nicely and healthily, and these days
and it must just have like cousins, like a family tree going all the way from one side to the next side.
It must do that.
Not like some generations.
So I like that. That's something that would first catch my eye. Tall, broad shoulders.
Yes.
Give me tall, give me broad shoulders, give me a full beard. I know I'm asking for a lot.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. The one thing about that is that it exists across like
it exists.
All races.
So when I run into that, then go, you know, we'll exchange numbers. We'll see if the personalities are complementary, if the combos are communicating.
Yes.
But we're going to start from a nice, full, well moisturized, well taken care of face. And also it communicates not just me finding facial hair appealing on a man. The fact that I want it nicely trimmed, nicely groomed, it also speaks about you and your grooming etiquette.
I was single for 4 years before I got married.
Yeah.
And exactly what you said. It was needed so I can get to know what do I want, who I am, and by the time the first relationship I had after that 4 years of being single was the relationship that I got married in, because I was very clear from the onset
of what you want.
You know, and it's either you were for it or you weren't as my partner, as a companion, you know? So we've been sipping this wine through our very, very indulgent conversation with some cheese. What was your first wine? Let's start there. What was your first
about
wine?
It, because we had a 5 liter of namakwa that we would get.
Exactly.
I'm not going to say which stage of my life, because if my parents see this, they know me as having been a very goody two-shoes girl. So, but it was at that stage of your life where you have to count every single coin. And so it's like, okay, 20 rand, 20 rand, 20. And Stivani says, 20 rand is there too. We go to the shop, we get a 5 liter of wine. For me, drinking wine has always been about the ritual of it.
Yes.
Because if we could only get, with the amount of money we pulled together, we could only get 1 bottle, then that ritual is over very quickly.
Yes.
So the fact that the wine might have been good wine, might not have been good, I don't remember. It was so many years ago.
Exactly.
So the ritual of us drinking together, bonding, sharing trauma stories, sharing horror stories about, you know, school or campus or whatever the conversation may have been about.
School, boys, everything.
We were young, we were starting to date, and it was but why do people do this? Why would this one ghost me? So all of that ritual, that was kind of the bonding ritual.
Absolutely.
That wine was also just sprinkling some extra flavor into.
I honestly feel like Sinazo is the ideal, like, being in the city wino, because our slogan is, it's a circle, you know, and it's wine creates a circle. It's social lubrication. It's the conversations you have over a bottle of wine. It's that ritual. And you've been speaking about it, about your friendships and how you would get together, whether it was in varsity or whether now. I hope my wine taste and my wine choice is something that you enjoy and that you can come back for. To wrap up, what we do at the end of every show is we rate the bottle of wine out of 5 wine glasses.
Out of 5 wine glasses.
How many would you give it?
Take a few sips.
Take a few sips. It is so good. Like, I can't even explain it, how good it is. It's smooth. It has some level of creaminess to it, you know. It's decadent. It's not woody for me at all. Fruity. There's just like a level of like raspberry for me. I don't know if you.
And what I get?
Okay.
It's that kind of language where we have to beat them, does it? Because I think for me it's like a muscle.
Yeah.
Where if you sip wine and you pay attention to it, you will be able to start identifying those kinds of notes.
Yes.
I think it's because I just haven't given myself time to do that. So when you speak of, you know, the type of fruit or the note that you're picking up on, it's a foreign language to me. It's Mandarin to me.
Yes.
So I will get a little bit lost, but definitely fruity. Like it, not too much on the woody side. As I said, I think I'll give this 4. This is my very first rating, so I wouldn't want to start with a perfect score.
Yes.
And you've got 250 bottles to
get
get through.
exactly.
I plan on being here for at least 245 of them. So I don't want to be too generous with my ratings, but definitely 4. This is a bottle of wine that I would be very, very happy to have. If I went into a restaurant and I saw my usual suspects there and I saw this one, I would definitely have that.
I agree with you. I would give it a 4 out of 5. It is really, really good. And for me, I think it's the perfect one for that ritual. With that, thank you guys for tuning in. If you really enjoyed this episode, like, share, and subscribe. But also leave comments asking any questions for Sinazo, and we will get them to her through social media, and hopefully she'll answer them over some live session we'll have with the bottle of wine. Right?
That sounds good to me.
Exactly. Thank you guys. Enjoy your glass, and cheers for watching another episode of Vino in the City. Thank you so much, Sinazo, for coming.
Let's toast again.
Let's toast, let's sip, and I hope you enjoyed your
You're such an
bottle.
awesome host.
No. Easy.